Oh my gosh, we're entering dusk. Oh my god. I always wondered, what draws me to stormy weather, to the wild? Maybe it's the adrenaline, or maybe it's the way it strips everything down to what's real. No noise, no illusion. We're born, we die. In between, what we experience, just a series of reactions and emotions, much of which is shaped or even manipulated by others and the world around us. Actually, one of the reasons why we're driving this way through the southern Texas to get to Austin is because there's an art installation, like a little Prada store, which is fake. It's just an art installation in the middle of nowhere in a Marfa town, Texas. It's actually it's in Valentine, Texas, next to Marfa, Texas. And at home, I have that, okay, in Gossip Girl, I saw Prada Marfa painting, and I saw it in Z Gallery one time, and I bought it too. And I have it in my kitchen, and I guess that's what it is, Prada in Marfa, Texas. But technically it's in Valentine, Texas. But it's about 15 minutes away from Marfa. Actually, this entire area, next few towns that we're going to be passing by, is very artsy, good food, good art, very fashionably area. And I always wanted to go, and finally we're going. There are so many layers to the idea of taking Prada store out of context of high-end city streets. It looks so defined, so recognizable, and yet strangely meaningless when dropped in the middle of the dusty desert. And it hits me. Back in the city, those same Prada heels make me feel like $1,000,000. How surreal and how emotionally manipulative that is. But then again, what about the creativity, the craftsmanship, the hours of work that go into making these bags and shoes? What about the maker's desire to create something meaningful, to earn trust and recognition, maybe even joy from others? And my ability to appreciate that, practical or not, is real too. Like a random thing in the middle of, look at this, in the middle of nowhere. My adult life, whether it showed or not, has been filled with confusion and self-doubt. Who am I really? Versus who I should be, or used to be, or wanna be. I never thought I would find myself comparing my life to a tiny Prada building in the desert. But this building, absurd or not, stands so clearly defined and apologetically uninfluenced by its surroundings. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. I hope one day I too can say, I am who I am, take it or leave it, and mean it. Only in America, I have to say. In other places, like in Armenia, in Europe, I never seen anything like in a random middle of nowhere place, you get like an art installation. It's very cool. You create that, and then you create life around it. It's fun. I like that. It's April, a Tuesday, windy and quiet. Definitely not tourist season. The town feels empty, but I like it this way. It's like getting a glimpse behind the scenes, feel the town when it's not on, quote unquote. And I don't get overstimulated by the crowds, which helps. Thankfully, some cafes were still open, and the food was just what I needed. Simple, clean, delicious. Marfa has been around for a century and a half, but when Donald Judd, the minimalist artist, moved here from New York, it transformed into a hub for contemporary art. And I really enjoyed the blend of old and new, the shops, the galleries, and the funky creative spirit. Marfa is very much associated with high-end quality, and it's attracted artists who love the good stuff, right? It's, again, attention to quality, attention to details. But most of these people are people who used to be professionals for something and somewhere else. And then they dropped it and they started doing this. There's that gap between being a person who you were and being the person who they are right now. There's a lot of adjustment and growth involved. For me, sorry, it's all windy. For me, that adjustment was at least 4 years, if not more. It's probably 4 years is after I left my work, I closed my practice. Before that, I thought when I closed practice, this is it, I'm done. Now I am being me. Just to realize that I don't know how to be me. I don't even know who I am. What's my identity? And because for at least 20 some years, I was a lawyer. I was a person who was very busy doing a lot of things. And suddenly, nobody's reporting to me. Nobody's coming and telling me anything. So I'm just like suddenly becoming a completely different person in my mind. And I'm not saying I'm right, but in my mind, I became useless. And on top of everything, by standards, people are like, you're a lawyer. It's such a prestigious job, I guess. And my poor mom at the time, she didn't know what YouTube was. But she was like, you're dropping your law profession to do what again? But at the same, and on top of everything, I was an immigrant. I barely spoke a language. I went to law school. So it took me so much to become a lawyer, and just to drop it and becoming a YouTuber, travel, do videos. And when I left my work, I completely collapsed because I did not know how to be that creative person that I thought I am. And all I knew is how to run, being efficient and doing things. I still continued on and travel and search and try to find that person who I used to be when I was, 15 and dream of things. And with a lot of time and a lot of shaving off of those things that who I should be, who I think I am, a lot of things I needed to shave off of myself. And in the end, those things, I am the only person who was attaching those things to me. But the reality of life, all this identity, it's just social thing, right? Something that we created socially. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these people who opened these shops, who opened these galleries, they all had to go through all these doubts of who I think I should be. Because, you don't become successful artists, you don't become and open a store and succeed without a long process to get there. So, yeah, very interesting. And the food was so damn good. It reminds me in a way of California. It's California. It's all on camera. Oh man. I'm floating with a weight. It's so dark. The camera doesn't pick up anything already. Oh, I got scared from my own shadow. The Marfa Lights, or ghost lights, have been seen for over 100 years. Allegedly, no one really knows where the lights come from.
Maybe it's from outer space.
It's basically, you see the flickers of light that appears in a line along the horizon. Back in the day, it was rare to see even one. Now it happens all the time. People love the mystery. They even built a viewing platform, which even on a slow, windy day like this, a small crowd still gathered. There's people gathered together looking at mysterious lights. The whole point is that nobody knows where those lights are coming from. It's just cool that
people are coming here to see the lights, you know, but the lights themselves are nothing. But the whole idea is that it's basically mountains and nobody really knows what these lights are and why they sparkle, and they sparkle randomly. So yeah, decide if you want to come and see. But if you want to keep the magic alive, don't read the Marfa Lights Wikipedia page. I don't know, community event, how's that? I like that. Alrighty, signing off.